Yo, what's up? This is the result vids real quick. I usually do these vids for those who didn't get a chance to see the fight. So just pass by the channel and I'll let you know what happened. You know, just a quick review about what happened. Anyway, before the main event, Vasquez versus Marquez, you had another fight on the undercard, which was a very good fight, a very action-packed fight. These guys traded blows for 12 rounds. Marquez, his last name is Marquez. He's Mexican-American, I believe. He has a record of 21, 22 fights, 14 KOs, undefeated. Fighting a Colombian fighter called Yoani Perez. This cat, he's 31 years old. He has a similar record though. He has like 21, 22 fights, I think 14 KOs himself, and he's undefeated. I believe these two guys fought during amateur once or twice. I don't really remember the information. If any of the YouTube boxing fans remember, let me know what happened. But I understand that I think the Mexican-American fighter defeated Perez both times during amateur, or vice versa. Anyway, as a professional, the Colombian fighter, Perez, he's a champion. So they're going at it. The first round, you have Yoani Perez. He starts off as a stronger fighter. He imposes his strength. He's a bit taller than Marquez. He's older. So, you know, he starts off good. You know, Marquez is running around a bit, but he's throwing punches. It's turning out to be a very good fight. They're both getting good shots at each other. You know, Perez will catch and connect some good shots on Marquez, and Marquez will do the same thing back to Perez. And at the end of the 12th round, the last couple seconds, Marquez finished the fight very strong. He dominated those last couple seconds. It was a good fight. It was a good action fight, 12-round fight, and it ended up being a draw. Some people thought that Marquez, the Mexican-American fighter, won. I believe it was a draw. I think it was a good fight. You know, they both had their moments, and that's the end of that. You had Yoani Perez retaining his belt in a fight that was declared a draw. Moving on to the Vasquez and Marquez fourth fight. It really, you know, I think anyone who was doing a prediction vid on this fight, it was a predictable fight. Why? Because Vasquez is just, you know, he has some eye problems. He has some extra scar tissue over top of his eye. Before the fight started, it looked like his eye was already swollen. And it's not swollen, it's all that scar tissue left from all those previous fights. So he was starting off, you know, just in the first round, this guy already had his eye thing, like, you know, just all puffy. And I'm thinking, you know, his eye is going to be busted up in a couple seconds. You know, that's what I thought before the fight. You know, we were doing a prediction vids. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this guy has a busted eye already. He's been operated in his eye a couple times. You know, it's just I think personally that Vasquez should retire. You know, that's up to him. Obviously, that's just my personal opinion as a fan. But anyway, the fight lasted 3 rounds. It lasted 3 rounds. It really was a one-sided fight where Marquez just started throwing punches towards Vasquez's eye, busted it up. Then all of a sudden, Vasquez's other top of his eye busted up. Now you have Vasquez with 2 busted eyes, bleeding like crazy. He's blinded by his own blood, and you know, Marquez just punched away. You know, Vasquez really looked like a punching bag in that fight, and it wasn't really a lack of physical strength or physical ability or physical skill. It wasn't he was lacking any of these things. It was a huge problem. The top of his eyes was this huge problem. I think those scars, you know, if he doesn't get like some sort of a facial surgery where these things could, you know, I really doubt that. I really think that Vasquez should just retire. And Marquez, he was mentioning Darginian, which would be a good fight, but Darginian fights at 116 or something, or he used to fight at 112, I believe. I would like to see Marquez fight Juan Lopez. I think that would be an awesome fight because he's a 2 strong cat, and it would really be a good fight. And you know what? I actually thought Marquez was younger than Vasquez. I thought Vasquez was 35 and Marquez was 32, but it's the other way around. Marquez is 35 years of age and Vasquez is 32. But it looks like Vasquez is the older fighter. It just looks a little bit worn down, and I don't think he's going to get that far as a boxer anymore with that, you know, these problems that he has over top of his eyes. So I think Vasquez should retire because I don't really see anything else happening. He was mentioning a 5th fight. There's no way he could fight for another, you know. really, I would like to see a real competitive fight, which I think that physically Vasquez is capable of doing that, but it's so frustrating to have to start off a fight and you're already busted up. Before you got in the ring, he looked like he was busted up, so you can imagine. So it really wasn't much of a fight, but at least the undercard fight was a real good fight. And I hope you check out my video I'm going to put up right after this video, which I'm talking about leaving the ring with blood boxing, rough 97 and hunting. I'm talking about these guys because I saw their names, and not their names actually, but the name of leaveitinthering.com mentioned here in the newspaper here in Puerto Rico, in the newspaper called Primera Hora. They were mentioned here because they were interviewing Emmanuel Stewart. I was very hyped up about it. I was like, I actually felt proud and everything. I'm like, man, it's good these guys are getting recognition. They're being mentioned here in the newspaper here in Puerto Rico, Leave It in the Ring. So you homies doing a great job over there, blood boxing, hunting, rough 97. Man, just much respect to you guys, like always. I respect everybody here on YouTube, and so man, much love, much respect, and I hope y'all catch the vid I'm gonna put up right after this one. All right.